Hello, Legends. David Hume here. Uh, as a brief mention, I have a Palestine flag on the lower left. I want to thank Keegan uh, from from those Edison format videos for demonstrating enough courage to actually show support for certain political causes. I don't want to delve into Palestine, but it is a horrible tragedy that, personally, I don't want to look into it because it just seems like that the IDF, the Israel Defense Forces, would just overwhelm those who resist them in Gaza, and there'll be mass displacement. I can't bear to look directly at the news. Anyway, that's morose, but obviously I hope this video is actually quite funny in contrast. Well, anyway, the point of this video is that it would feature my rather jabroni Panda Burn deck versus my opponent's cool Archfiend deck. I'll just briefly go over the cards. He's running DD, I mean, DD Survivor, which works well with that mystery card, and he's running three or two. He's running two or three of those cards. Looks like he's playing two of those cards. It doesn't have staples like falling. It doesn't have cards like Falling Down or Infernal Queen Archfiend. But anyway, I'll just play through the video. I'll put some brief commentary. I'm not going to comment upon my moves because that would take precious minutes. If you play a lot of Go format games, if you play a mainstream deck, you'll occasionally lose to a lesser tier deck, a bottom tier deck, a second tier deck, and with most of those losses, you're going to lose against the standard power cards. Opponent may just play Delinquent Duo against you. Opponent may have the right conditions to summon BLS. They may have an appropriate ring, but in those cases, you're not going to be beaten like by a huge revolution, by a card like Huge Revolution. You're just going to be beaten by power cards that you could splice into any compatible deck. Like I said, you could switch Delinquent Duo on anything. But of course, those decks are lower tier. Those decks are second tier because they are less consistent than aggro like Warrior or Chaos Turbo or even Go Control. But you would lose against them because, well, your bad luck or maybe their good luck would compensate for the inherent lack of consistency for those decks. Like I said before, it's my resolution to shut up and just until that card is played. I'm just going to say this for my opponent's play. He's going to use Double Spell, and he's going to discard the Mind Control. The other card is the Mystery card. And congratulations to you if you know what that card is, because before I was beaten by it in this duel, I did not know that card existed. He has all he needs to beat me right now. Not right. Right now refers to not this turn, but based on how the flow of the duel goes. That's the card he played. Let's read it. Puppet Magic of Dark Ruler. looks like it's Hades. I mean, Hades is the Dark Ruler, and looks like they're giving him horns as opposed to those blue things. Looks like it's horns protruding from the picture. And oh yeah, its effect is target one fiend monster in your graveyard, banish face-up monsters you control equal to the total levels. I mean, I didn't read the banish face-up monsters you control whose total levels exactly equal the level of that monster, and then special summon it. So there's no permutation of monsters that would be level 1. So with level 2, that obviously exists. He's going to banish the 2 Ojima tokens, and obviously, I mean, as in a preview of my opponent's deck, he is running a DD Survivor. I don't know how consistent that is, but that's the card that kind of beat me, because he was able to summon Terror King Archfiend. Then he's going to summon a beater, and then it's time to resign. Uh, the reason why the reason why I activated the the Secret Barrel and Just Desserts early, because opponent's playing a weird deck. Opponent may have a Jinzo. That's why I kind of did it. If I kept them set, maybe my opponent could be deterred by a potential Mirror Force. Maybe I quit too early. But I just think since my opponent's summoning monsters in attack mode, he's most likely going to attack. So so I think quitting early is the right decision. Well, anyway, maybe I'm like Cactus Jack, because I'm David Hume. I could be Homo habilis. Who's hailing from the Olduvai Gorge, and Cactus Jack hails from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I mean, I said Cactus Jack instead of Mick Foley. I mean, Mick Foley is one of his personas, as opposed to Dude Love and Mankind. Well, anyway, goodbye from the Olduvai Gorge, and Mick Foley and Cactus Jack's from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. So, and Mick Foley, as he would say, have a nice day.